Fans of the multinational pay TV network Discovery Channel have certainly come across the popular reality show Street Outlaws, which premiered on the 10th of June 2013 and today numbers 186 episodes over 13 seasons. The last season ended on the 13th of May 2019, but the series hasn't been cancelled nor renewed for another season. The show follows street racers from Oklahoma City who like to boast about being the best underground racers in the US, while they have the list, which comprises the 10 fastest amongst them. The racers are presented as not-so-wealthy people who race to pay the bills and put food on the table. However, there's been a lot of controversy surrounding the show, with viewers claiming that there's plenty of evidence that it's scripted. Some of the main cast members include Justin Shearer, Jeff Lutz, and Lizzy Musi, and fans seem to be especially interested in Lizzy and her life. Lizzy claims to have racing in her blood, as it's today become a family business. Elizabeth Lizzy Musi was born in New Jersey, USA on January 1st, 1991. Her zodiac sign is Capricorn, and she holds American nationality. She's a professional drag racer and TV personality who only gained recognition after she was cast to star in Street Outlaws, while she has also starred in its 2021 spin-off, Street Outlaws Gone Girl, which features her and 6 other fastest women competing in legal street races. Lizzy was raised in New Jersey alongside her sister, Trisha Musi, and became interested in cars at a very early age, mostly because her father, Pat Musi, was and still is a professional race driver who has won 8 world championships. She spent most of her spare time with her father in his garage and at his car shop, learning more about cars every day, until it became time for Pat to teach her to drive. Lizzy was apparently a natural, and it only took her a couple of hours of driving sessions to master it. Her mother and sister are also today drag racers, which is why Lizzy often states that racing is a family business. She studied at Carter High School and was mostly interested in sports during her 4 years there, as she played volleyball and soccer and practiced gymnastics. Lizzy matriculated in 2009, and because she hasn't spoken of her further education, it's widely believed that she hasn't attended college. Lizzy began racing karts when she was only 8 years old, and it took a couple of years before her father allowed her to learn to drive cars. She was 16 when she started competing in junior drag racing, and apparently launched her modeling career at around the same time. Various pictures taken during her photo shoots can be found uploaded onto her Instagram account. Her debut professional race was in 2014 at Pro Nitrous, behind the wheel of King Kong 5, and the same year saw Lizzy win the Rookie of the Year award. In 2015, she won her first Professional Drag Racers Association (PDRA) Virginia Drag Race competition, becoming the first woman to win in PDRA. Following her success, she was cast to appear in the 2015 sports drama movie Adrenaline, written and directed by Joseph Quinn Simpkins, and which starred Charlene Amoya, Cameron Arnett, and Dina Beasley. It follows a street racer who's been involved in a serious car crash and left semi-paraplegic. He's now struggling to become a street racer once again. The movie was a success, winning 6 of the 10 awards for which it was nominated, and although it made Lizzy want to continue acting, she hasn't had any other roles. However, thanks to all her business ventures, as well as her roles in Street Outlaws and Street Outlaws Gone Girl, as of early 2022, Lizzy's net worth is estimated at more than $700,000. In Lizzy's private life, she's today in a long-term relationship with Kai Kelly, a car racer and TV personality who's also starring in Street Outlaws. The two met when Kai came to her father's store looking for car parts, and a couple of days later, asked her out on a date. Kai was born in Magnolia, Mississippi, USA, on the 18th of May, 1985. His zodiac sign is Taurus, and he holds American nationality. He was raised alongside his sister by their father, who was a factory worker, but a drug and alcohol addict, and their mother, who was a hairdresser. Kai's the owner of his own shop, Down South Performance, and has also appeared in the 2021 spin-off series from Street Outlaws, entitled Street Outlaws, America's List. He was married prior to meeting Lizzy, having divorced from Alyssa Moat in 2019, following a 1-year separation. They have 2 children together. Kai matriculated from Pike Senior High School in 2003, and has since been involved in car racing. He today drives a 1992 Chevy Camaro, known as the Shocker. Lizzy is physically highly active, and has multiple training sessions at the gym every week, thus her slim figure. She's also following a strict diet and avoids eating fast food and sweets. She likes to prepare food, and her favorite dish is gumbo, the most popular stew in Louisiana, comprising meat or shellfish and onions, bell peppers, and celery, the Creole Holy Trinity. She's into hunting and has recently uploaded a picture onto her Instagram account, which features her and a boyfriend standing next to an axis deer which they'd killed. This has been criticized by some of Lizzy's fans, who claim that animals shouldn't be killed for sport. However, Lizzys explained that the axis venison is believed to be one of the finest in the entire world, and that one deer will keep her freezer full for the following couple of months. Lizzy is somewhat addicted to social media networks, and is today followed by more than 250,000 people on Instagram, while she's uploaded nearly 1,000 pictures onto her account, most of which have been taken during her everyday life. She's also active on TikTok and has amassed close to 50,000 followers, with more than 50,000 likes of all her videos combined, most of which feature her spending time with her pet dog. She's also into traveling and has been all around the US with her father and boyfriend, mostly to watch and compete in drag races. Lizzy has also been to a couple of European countries, including France and Italy. Lizzy's age is 31. She has long brown hair, which she occasionally dyes blonde, and her eyes are brown. Her height is 5 feet 8 inches, and she weighs around 145 pounds. The main star of Street Outlaws, Justin Big Chief Shearer, has revealed that the producers weren't really optimistic about it when it began airing, believing that it wouldn't last longer than a single season. The racers featured in the show nearly lost their racing licenses, which had been given to them by the National Hot Rod Association, NHRA. The association stating that the show would ruin their image and forbade the drivers to appear in it, but they eventually managed to work things out between them. Amongst the funny secrets is the fact that one of the racers, Joe Dominator Woods, believed that Discovery Channel was involved in a secret spy operation launched by the police, and that they only wanted to arrest them all. One of the show's biggest secrets, which has raised a lot of controversy and led to Street Outlaws losing many viewers, is that it's not really illegal racing that we see in the show. Each race has to receive a city permit, with the police well informed about its whereabouts, and are in charge of keeping the streets clear during the races, so that no unwanted accidents would occur. Accidents still happen, and Daddy Dave Comstock managed to flip his car 6 times and hit a wall, ending up in a hospital. Many of the show's racers still take part in illegal races, but you won't see these featured in the show. The popularity has also brought some problems to the racers, and their main car shop, Midwest Street Cars, was shot at by a group of criminals. According to police reports, 11 bullets hit the building, but it occurred at night, so no people were working in it, and nobody was harmed. A couple of cars have also been stolen, including the Reaper's 1955 Chevy, which was eventually returned, and David Bird Jones's 1967 Chevy Camaro. A couple of cast members have had problems with the authorities. Red Peters was arrested for selling drugs, while Izzy Valenzuela was charged with murder when he crashed his car during an illegal race and killed 2 bystanders. Street racing is described as an illegal form of car racing, which most often takes place on public roads. It's believed to be as old as automobiles, and it wasn't a rather unique event. There had previously been illegal horse races, also occurring on public roads. It was extremely popular in the 60s, during the age of hot rods, and then in the 70s, the age of muscle cars. Then in the 90s, it was popular to race with Japanese imports. Races often occur at car meets, events at which a large number of car enthusiasts gather to show off their cars, but then end up racing to see whose car is faster, but also who's a better driver. Toge racing is a highly popular type of illegal races. It comes from Japan, and the word toge translates to mountain pass. These races are driven on mountain roads and require a lot of drifting. One of the most popular roads for this in the US is Del Dios Highway in Escondido, California. Sprints are another popular style of street racing. It's usually 2 or more drivers racing from one point to another. It has become rather hard to organize this kind of race nowadays, which is why toga and drag are far more frequent. Drag races are perhaps the most popular style of street racing today, as it's quite easy to organize and is a lot less dangerous than other forms of illegal racing. It involves 2 cars side by side, racing on a straight road, which is usually no longer than a mile. Southern California is believed to be the birthplace of North American drag racing, and was covered by numerous magazines back in the 90s, including Sport Compact Car and Turbo and High Tech Performance. Because of its popularity, strict laws were enacted in various US states against the racers, even against those just watching street races. Many of these laws would today send the driver to jail, while his or her car would be impounded or even destroyed. In 2000, the Racers Against Street Racing (RASR) campaign was launched as a way of telling illegal street racers about the dangers of their hobby, and to explain that they could just as well race in sanctioned events. What contributed to the rise in the number of street races in the US was also the highly popular film franchise Fast and Furious. A couple of other movies which seem to promote these activities include the 2004 Torque, the 2007 Redline, and the 2014 Speed and Mayhem Down Under, uncut and unrated. Regardless, the racing still provides interesting television, and as long as it remains profitable for the producers, it's unlikely to be cancelled anytime soon. Of course, a few more Lizzy Musis may well widen the viewership too. Thank you for spending some time with us. Make sure to like and subscribe so you never miss another video. We also handpick these videos which we recommend you watch next. You can talk to us on all social medias or ask a question in the comments below. Thank you for being with us, and we'll see you back tomorrow.